Hey everybody, I am on for the Midweek Message reveal, November 16th. Yeah. How's everybody doing? Hope you've had a good week so far and that you're getting through. We are at that little flip-flop point where we have Venus that is in Scorpio that is now going to flip into Sagittarius. So the energy around this, you may be feeling kind of wanting to experiment a bit more as far as, expanding the concept of relationship, seeing your partnerships with travel. Maybe you're interested in wanting to do some traveling with your special somebody, or are wanting maybe someone who is more travel oriented, has a bigger sort of more fiery personality and thinking about things in a bigger and different way, which is very Sagittarian energy. So you may be pushed to kind of be talking a bit more about how things are going, or wondering, where are things going in this relationship in a romantic sense, or where are things going in this relationship in a working sense. How have things shifted and changed? That energy is kind of coming in. We will be moving from Scorpio season to Sagittarius on the 23rd. So we're rounding out that energy now. So moving from a very emotional water sign into something that's a bit more expansive and fiery and really full of possibility. Sagittarius energy sees the big picture and wants to kind of go real macro, where Scorpio wants to go micro and see all the little details. So you might be feeling that kind of telescoping energy that's kind of coming in and out. Now, it hasn't happened yet, but it's on the rise. So be prepared for those things. All right, let's take a look and see for your cards this week. So if you chose group one, your card is Spirit Guardian of Autumn, letting go. It's a brand new deck to me that I got for my birthday. My really good friend Marlene, thank you so much. Okay, so what a beautiful card. I'm getting a lot of energy coming specifically from her chest. A lot of heart expansion and even just a pressure that's kind of happening here. So there may be some, those of you in one may be experiencing some anxiety, or even just a feeling of like breathlessness, where it's like, whoo, are we going to be able to get through these things? Yes. So literally, Spirit Guardian of Autumn, letting go. If you think about the time frame of autumn itself, right? It's where we are transitioning into winter currently in the Northern Hemisphere. This is when things are starting to drop off, when the leaves no longer have a purpose almost. They become fodder for later. These are energies that are inviting you to do the same. Where can you let go? Where can you drop some of the things? And I'm really hearing dropping stories, dropping timelines, dropping concepts around things that don't no longer serve you. Like you might even be looking at some of the stuff you own or the things you wear, or, and kind of sitting there and saying, is this even me anymore? Or have I changed? Have I, wanted to switch things up a little bit? Open yourself up a little bit to that energy, because it's pinging you for a reason. It's making you a little bit curious for a reason, because you're ready to grow. So in order to grow, though, you need to shed, and you also need to let go, literally. So what are you holding on to? What are the things that are holding you back, almost feeling a sense of being stuck in a kind of quagmire, sort of quicksandish situation? But what's important here is the 35 that's kind of pinging out to me. That's 35, right? Yep. It's the 8. The 35 is an 8. So this has to do with abundance. This has to do with allowing yourself to let go in order to let more in. You need to make space for some things. So what can you shed? This could even be as much as an organizational thing. I feel, though, it has more to do with changing into a perspective shift in the mind, where it's like, okay, so I felt like I really needed to hold on to these items, or I needed to hold on to this for a rainy day, or maybe I'm going to use this eventually, or maybe this is significant, like it represents a chunk of time that I used to do these things and I was connected to a role that this material item has me tethered to. And the thing about what you own is that it owns you. So if you're ready to let go of a concept, consider the space that you have around you and the things that you have around you, because you may be ready to let go of those items that are holding that energetic signature. In order for you to bring in more fresh energy, newer things, and to make space, you're going to have to shift that out. And that shifting out, it can be a little intimidating. It can make you feel like, that there's an attachment or something there that maybe you need it later, or maybe it's even triggering a sense of lack. like I'm going to need it and I'm going to regret having gotten rid of it. I think it speaks in a bigger way about what it is that we're looking to release. Are you really so much concerned about the thing itself, the material item, or is it the perceived comfort that something gives you? Are you ready to kind of eke yourself out a little bit of your comfort zone so you can bring in something that's more aligned to you? I really feel that that's the case here with 1. All right, so moving on to 2. Group 2. Look at this little babe. Group 2, Earth Spirit, stability. I'm really drawn to the open hands that she has here and these butterflies that are kind of just hovering above her open hands. And the look on her face is very serious but calm. And the way that she's sitting is just so relaxed. She's stable. She's not coming off of this rock. She's very much of the earth, on the earth, and can't be moved. Lean a little bit too into the stability that you are as yourself. You really can do a bit more in the realm of grounding. And grounding energy can be done in lots of different ways, but this really is more of a connection for you to get to the physical nature of your body. Where is it that you're kind of disconnecting? Do you find yourself kind of feeling as if you're here because someone's talking to you and you're having a conversation, but as soon as they walk away, you can just literally feel your consciousness kind of slipping out and you're just like, goodbye. How do you get back into the space of being in the body? Because when we're in our body is when we are able to do our best work. It's when we have access to the present moment, which is where all the magic comes in, which is where we're drawing in that life force energy. We're drawing in the stability that we need in order to feel secure. And that security is all about the root chakra, which is, if you think of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, it's your safety needs. It's, roof over your head, food in your belly, being able to have a warm place to be, or dry, or whatever it is that's, keeping you safe from inclement weather. The same can be said for your body itself. Where are ways that you can make yourself feel more secure in the body? Is this something about, providing yourself with better nutrient-rich food? Is this about getting more movement? Is this about allowing more rest? Is providing your body a sense of safety, giving yourself more calm, meaning watching some of the stimulants or depressants that are kind of in your system, whether that's through sugar or caffeine or whatever, that you might be kind of jacking your nervous system up and down a little bit. Having a bit more time to kind of detox yourself and give yourself a sense of like a clearing, like a cleansing. I'm getting a bit in the pit of the stomach here in the solar plexus. That's just a little bit of a sour feeling. It just kind of makes me feel a little uneasy. And that ties to me to feeling unsafe. So where can you provide yourself with a bit more bolstering in that? And you're the one who can give that to yourself. I think you might also be looking externally for someone else or something else to do that for you when really the work is internal. So how can you turn in a little bit and be like, okay, what is it that we need? Sit with your body, ask for a moment, do a scan, close your eyes and just say, what are we doing here? What am I feeling? And see what pings. You might feel a twinge. You might feel something in your shoulder. You might feel something in your belly. You might feel something like in your head. Direct your attention to those areas when that ping comes up and listen. And when I mean listen, yeah, like literally, but more like in a feeling sort of way. Like use the ear of the overall body and say, what are you saying to me? And connect. Drawn here too to the number 14, which is a 5. Which has to do with changes for your higher good. So know that the changes that are coming up and the things that may be causing this sort of uneasy belly sort of feeling are designed for you for your highest path. So while things have been difficult and things seem like they are literally up in the air, and I'm getting that a lot from the butterflies, even though butterflies are very spiritual and happy, not to say that things in the air aren't either, but it should be seen as that. Things that have their own trajectory. What's meant for you can't miss you. You're going to have to kind of trust the process on this one and know that you are the stability that you seek. So try and connect back in the body and see where you can check in a bit more. That's where you're going to have that stable platform in order for you to do all the other things that you need to do. And you just need to kind of lean a bit more into trust here because trust is key, and it's self-trust, self-love. Okay, 3. You chose 3. Your card is Wise Woman of the Grove, Grace. Gorgeous card. Look at her. The energy I'm getting here and a lot from this box, again, it's the red color of the root chakra. So having to do with a sense of giving yourself some space and grace and knowing that you are more powerful than you give yourself credit for. You also have more knowledge than you are allowing yourself to kind of tap into. It's almost as if something has occurred here with 3, even with a group or maybe even with an issue that this group is bringing forward, where you know that you've done the best you can. You know where you stand on this issue, and this issue itself isn't necessarily a negative, it's just a thing. But if other people have comments about it or things that they want to add to it, that's fine. You can drop it and let it go. You don't need to stay in the place where you need to, almost kind of advocate for yourself or explain. There may be a lot of over-explaining that you used to do that now you're not doing anymore because you know that you're the one who needs to have the yay or nay. What you think is what ultimately matters. And through that, you get a sense of space and a sense of peace, which allows yourself and others a sense of grace. And that grace is something that is this beautiful sort of like rose quartzy bubble of energy that I'm feeling just kind of around everybody in 3. There's a tie to ancestral work and healing here. So you may be experiencing things that have happened through your family line that you are addressing. You as this entity that has come forward here in this point in time has brought forward all of these different people who have been cheering for us all the way through existence up until this point. And you're the one who gets to be the one to bring forward the truth and the knowledge, but also doing that through a sense of calm. I really feel that there's a peace and an inner sense of understanding that you've come to 3, where there are things you've let go that you're allowing yourself to say, yeah, it still can be okay to be gone. It's not something that you're going back and pulling on. It's not something that you're regretting. It's not a storyline that you feel applies to you anymore. So you can feel proud about that. You can give yourself a pat on the back for the work that you've done. And no matter what anybody says, you know what's up. Allow yourself to lean into that knowing you know what's going on and you know what's best for you. And you're allowed to say that and feel it and believe that. So this number here on the card is a 49, which is the 13, which is a magical, wonderful number of the witch, number of the female, but also is a 4, which means that you're being guided and whatever it is that you're focused on is being supported by your angelic spiritual team, whoever it is that you believe your helpers to be. So lean a bit more when you're feeling taxed or you're feeling pushed a little bit. I do feel some like tension in the back of the shoulder blades, like it's difficult to pull the shoulders back. So there may be some things that you're carrying or feeling like you're constricted a little bit. Let some of that go and let that grace kind of come in, that ease kind of come in, and allow yourself that space to expand. Because you're doing everything that you can. You've done everything that you could, and your word is true. Trust that what you said is right because you feel it and you wouldn't have said it otherwise. You've been working on this. And I also feel too that you're going to be getting a lot more clairaudience coming on here for 3. So that's where you're going to be kind of maybe hearing things. Maybe you're getting pinged when you see something and you're hearing like, no, go that way, or I don't think this is it, or yes, this one, or wait for that. Those kinds of pings and things like that are coming online for you 3. So lean a little bit more into your own trust, because the more you trust yourself, the more those things come into play, the more you tap into your intuition, the more you are guided by your spirit team in a way that you can actually participate in. And when that happens, I always just say, I see you, thank you, and then allow myself to kind of just continue to let those things come into my field. So lean into that, see what happens. It's a really exciting time, and I'm really proud of the work that you've done, because I do feel that this is serving and healing a very base need and almost kind of quenching something that has been missing for a while that you've been thirsty for. Okay, so those are the messages this week. Please let me know what your feedback is. Would love to hear how these landed with you. And if you're interested in working with me with a private reading, please feel free to check my link, and I will check everybody next week. Have a good one. Keep your chin up and stay cool. All right. Peace.